are appreciative of the effort that's gone into growing basketball throughout Europe. I'd say from the NBA standpoint, we continue to explore what opportunities may exist to help continue to develop the basketball.
The sound of basketballs bouncing on hardwood echoing through the alleys of Paris. The squeak of sneakers reverberating off the high walls of the O2 Arena in London. The NBA, once a purely American cultural phenomenon, is taking its game global in a way we've never seen before.
Real frenetic.
Yeah, and that was a poor, fast break. Finally goes to the rim.
Today, we're diving into one of the biggest shifts in professional sports, the NBA's bold expansion into Europe. Why now? What does it mean? And more importantly, what are the financial motivations driving this multi-billion-dollar move? For decades, the NBA has flirted with Europe, hosting exhibition games, sending stars overseas, and building a global fan base. The vision becomes reality.
Bernie, thank you very much. Reggie has joined us here at the table.
But in May 2025, the league made it official. According to Sports Pro Media, the NBA has entered the advanced planning stages for launching a new, fully operational NBA Europe League. This isn't just preseason games or all-star weekends anymore. This is an actual league, potentially debuting by 2027 with London, Paris, and Madrid named as frontrunners for the first franchises. Why? Let's talk numbers. Global fans equals global dollars.
Plumlee couldn't take it away from Asik, and that is a long walk.
The NBA is already a global brand. Over 70% of NBA social media followers come from outside the US. And Europe? It's a sleeping giant. Basketball is the second most popular sport across the continent after soccer.
Pistons are in Paris. Jalen Duren is not. The 19-year-old is having passport troubles. The Athletic reports Duren lost his passport.
In 2022, the NBA hosted a game at Paris between the Bulls and the Pistons. It sold out in less than 5 minutes. London games? Same story. And merchandise sales in cities like Berlin, Milan, and Barcelona have quietly outperformed even major American cities. Translation? The NBA isn't just expanding for sport, it's expanding for commerce. Media rights. Broadcasting deals across Europe have the potential to add billions in annual revenue. European sports fans are loyal, passionate, and pay high premiums for exclusive content. Sponsorships. European brands, think Nike, Adidas, Audi, Vodafone, have largely been on the sidelines when it comes to NBA partnerships.
NBA basketball, it's the Chicago Bulls and your Detroit Pistons.
A regional league opens the door for localized sponsors, adding a new revenue vertical. Ticket sales. With strong middle-class populations and increasing appetite for live events, NBA Europe arenas could generate massive gate revenues, especially with the prestige of an NBA brand. The competitive structure. According to the NBA and FIBA joint statement, the proposed league would work in collaboration, not competition, with FIBA. This is key. Rather than displacing existing European leagues like the EuroLeague or domestic circuits, the NBA Europe League is positioning itself as an elite tier. Think of it as the Champions League of basketball, only owned and operated by the NBA. The model is expected to be built around 8 to 12 founding franchises located in major cities, with the potential for future promotion, relegation, or cross-conference games with US teams down the road. The season could run parallel to the NBA season or slightly staggered to maximize global viewership windows. This isn't just about expansion, it's about building a global network of professional basketball. London calling, why the UK is a cornerstone.
Here in London, Sir Keir Starmer has said that Britain is back on the world stage as he unveiled a new deal with the EU alongside senior European officials at a summit.
The United Kingdom is being eyed as a flagship market for NBA Europe. According to Coach's database, London is in pole position to be home to the first NBA Europe franchise. Why London? It's already hosted over 10 NBA games. It's an English-speaking market, easier for US integration. And perhaps most importantly, it's a financial powerhouse. NBA franchises in the US have seen 10x growth in valuation over the past 2 decades. The average team is now worth $3.85 billion. With a strong TV market, wealthy ownership groups, and strong corporate infrastructure, cities like London could produce teams worth over $1 billion within 5 years of launch. Strategic timing. Why now? The NBA's collective bargaining agreement was recently updated to give more flexibility for international play. Advances in travel, rest, and recovery now make global travel less of a risk for athletes. And perhaps most importantly, the NBA is looking for growth beyond the US market, which is maturing. With rising competition from the NFL, streaming fatigue in the US, and stagnating domestic growth, international expansion is the logical and profitable next frontier. While the NFL experiments with games in Germany and the UK, the NBA is taking it a step further. Full-on, permanent teams. Of course, expansion isn't without challenges. Legal and regulatory frameworks vary from country to country. Labor laws in Europe are stricter, and forming collective bargaining agreements across borders will require careful navigation. Travel logistics, time zone differences, and cultural gaps could also create early turbulence. But the NBA is playing the long game, and it's not doing this alone. Working with FIBA and local governments, this expansion has serious institutional backing.
Starting to run the show once again. Oh, lovely skill. Oh, have some of that.
What this means for the future of basketball. An NBA Europe League won't just bring the NBA to European fans. It could reshape the future of the game. It opens the door for a global playoff format. Imagine
Carroll hosting the Boston Celtics.
Madrid versus Boston, London versus the Lakers, a global NBA Finals. It also challenges the path to the pros. Young talent from Europe may no longer need to leave home to reach NBA-level exposure and development. For the league, this could mean new superstars, diversified media rights, and record-breaking franchise valuations. From Harlem to Hamburg, from Chicago to Copenhagen, the NBA's global journey has entered a new era. And Europe isn't just the next stop, it might be the new capital of international basketball. The question now isn't if NBA Europe will succeed, it's how big it will become.